Hello, welcome to this bonus episode of Rooted in Retail. I wanted to do this episode because have been working with the ads managers. I've been hearing what's going on in their world, and I have been hearing some incredible results we're generating for our ad clients. And so I wanted to pull back the curtain and share two ads that we run for almost every single one of our ad clients. I also have a resource where we're going to show you exactly how we do it and exactly how you can do it, which I think is pretty unique. An agency actually giving away its secret. I guess they're not really secrets, but are step by step on how we set up ads for our clients. Welcome to Rooted in Retail. I'm your host, Crystal Vilkaitis. Here we have engaging and informative conversations with successful indie retailers and industry experts. Together, we learn, connect, and grow. Don't miss our live after the show every Tuesday night in the Rooted in Retail Facebook group. All right, here's today's episode. So the reason that we're doing this, a couple of reasons. One, ads are one of the best ways that a retailer can build your store. So often I hear that we're just not seeing anybody engaging with our posts on Facebook. Nobody's seeing our posts. Nobody's going to our lives. We feel like we're talking to ourselves, and that's often either because of the content and what you're posting is a big part of it, but also that algorithm, and you're just not getting in front of the right people. Now, we might be boosting, but we're really not seeing a lot of great results from boosting. I recommend not boosting, having more of an actual strategy that you're working that comes from what your SMART goals are and really understanding your customers and then going in and running the right types of ads. Two of those ads I'll talk about today. But the power in advertising for clients, for retailers, oh my goodness, our more successful retailers, they're running ads. They are investing in the ad platform and they're seeing results. The other reason why I was like, I got to film this bonus podcast episode, the team's sending me results that they're seeing. For example, we had a $12,000 for an entire year budget, and we generated $74,250 from that $12,000 budget. Pretty awesome. Grecia, one of my ads managers, sent me these stats in my Google chat. So I'm just reading it from that. Another conversion ad that we had here, the budget to $2,550. We generated $36,760. Over $36,000 from a $2,550 ad spend. So let me ask you, if you could spend $2,500 and put that into the machine, and the machine spits out $36,000, are we doing that? Hell yes, we're going to do that all day long. That is what I call a winning slot machine. We pull the lever and we see that success. And so I wanted to do this episode to teach you those two ads and give you a resource that walks you step by step, because if you're not running ads, you're leaving money on the table. Hands down. I feel very confident about this. I can't obviously guarantee what your results are going to be. I'm sharing with a couple of clients. We have pages and pages of results for our clients. These are ones that Gracia literally just sent me 2 days ago. And I'm like, okay, I have to film this episode. So I can't guarantee what kinds of success you're going to see. Our clients have seen sales like this where we're putting $1 in and we're getting $10 back. That's incredible. The average return on ad spend, according to Meta, is about 2 to 4 times. We have scenarios where we're getting 30 to 40 times our ad spend for retailers. It's incredible. So if you're not leveraging ads, you're leaving money on the table. You're missing out on getting new customers. You're missing out on getting in front of your current customers. You are missing out. You could be promoting your e-com website. You could be promoting events that you have, in-store events and driving traffic in. You could be promoting your email list, which you should be. That's one of the top performing, is growing our retailers' email lists, which often that generates money. So there's so much you can do, and I don't want you to feel intimidated by it. So that's why we created these two guides, and that's why I'm doing this episode. Now, the other thing too, if you download these guides and you still feel intimidated, I do have an ads agency. Book a call. We'll also link to the page where you can learn more and read other testimonials and see if it's right for you, because we could totally run your ads for you. And we work either month to month with the 3-month initial agreement, or you could pay for those 3 months up front, making it super easy for you. But it's a 3-month agreement out the gate, $1,750 month to month, doesn't include your ad budget. We can do this for you. But we are empowering you with these guides. If you understand the power of ads, which I really hope you do, you hands down are leaving money. I know I keep saying this, but I just think there's so much opportunity for retailers to be a much bigger business and make a lot more money, but they're intimidated by the tech and they don't want to run the ads. And at the end of the day, I do feel like ads is more of a who, not how situation of hiring the expert. Sometimes we aren't quite at that level yet to hire the expert. So if that's you, we got the guides. Okay, so this episode, the two ads that I want to talk about is most recent ad and a conversion ad. I'm not going to get too in the weeds on this episode. I'm just going to walk through what these are and plant the seed for you. Because first of all, most recent ad, that is our term. You're not going to see it on Meta. So I'm going to walk you through what that means. Conversion ad, you'll totally see that on Meta. And that is something, both of these ads we run for pretty much every single one of our ad clients. The two guides that I've mentioned that you can go access and we can walk you step by step. The first one is the conversion guide. This is your Facebook ads blueprint for retailers, conversion edition. You can go to crystalmediaco.com/conversion. And of course, we will link to this in the show notes. The other one is going to be our Facebook ad blueprint for retailers, the engagement edition. This is the engagement to get more people watching your lives and engaging with your posts and seeing what you're actually posting. So they come into your store. You're going to go to crystalmediaco.com/engagement. So we've got crystalmediaco.com/engagement and crystalmediaco.com/conversion. And that's where you're going to get these guides. Okay. Now, let me tell you a little bit about each of these two, why you should run them, and then use the guide to walk you through. My team made it so easy for you. So the most recent ad is something that we've been running for over a decade. It has worked so well for that long that we haven't changed it. And what this is, we advertise every single one of our clients we run this for. We advertise their newest post. Often the audience that we use is just the people that like their page. Now, this audience can change a little bit, and I'll talk about that in this episode. But why we do this is we know that on average, about 1% to 6% of people that like your Facebook page are actually seeing what you post. It's incredibly low. So in order for people to see what we're posting, we're spending all this time creating this content. Advertising is one of those ways that you can help people see your posts. We're paying for the visibility. The great thing about ads and why I'm such a believer of it and why I have an agency around ads is their targeting is so good. It's so good. And with the algorithm, it's only getting better delivering your message to the right people. Now, I know we get frustrated. Oh, but this is supposed to be a free tool. Why do I have to pay to get my posts seen? And at the end of the day, it's not really a free tool. First of all, we are giving our data to Meta. Like, we get upset that TikTok has our data, but Meta has our data. Like, everybody, any free app has your data, okay? And tracks you as a user and has information about you. That's not free. There is an exchange there. And as a business, in order to really get in front of the right people, we often have to pay for that. We have to have some sort of advertising budget, or you have a storefront in a high trafficked area that you're spending more money for that storefront. We know that in high trafficked areas, we spend more money to be there because it's higher visibility. The same thing, if you think about your ads, we're spending more money for more visibility. So if we're not spending any money, the visibility will be lower. So with the most recent ad, you're posting to your page. Let's get more people see it. The people that already liked your page, let's say there's 5,000 people that like your page. If we just advertise to those 5,000 people your newest post, first of all, these people are warm audiences. They've actively taken that action of liking your page and saying, I allow for your content to come into my newsfeed. So they're a warmer audience. And when we are advertising to a warmer to hotter audience, warm to hot audience, we tend to spend less. Our conversions are higher. We spend less money. It's more optimized because the audience is optimized. These people have liked your page because they want to see your posts. So now you're paying for them to see your posts. And it feels like it's just your organic posts, the normal thing that you would put on your page, the normal post you would do every single day, because we're advertising the newest post. So it doesn't look like an ad. It's not designed in Canva. It's not stock photography. It's just whatever the newest post is on your page. we're advertising that to your people that like you. They've said, I want to get this page's posts. So they see it, they like it. They're engaging, they comment, they like, they click, they share, they come into the store and show you on their phone. You start seeing actual results. Because they're more likely to like and comment and share and engage with that post, that's what's going to help optimize the ad spend where you're spending less because it's a very engaged audience. And it can help you get even more organic reach because the algorithm is like, oh, this is really resonating with people. A lot of people are liking this post. We're going to show it to more people that like this page organically. So we can help. And look, I can't guarantee, I don't know the percentages. There's not percentages. There's all sorts of things. I once heard that the Meta algorithm looks at over 100,000 pieces of data to determine who sees what when. So I don't know all the workings of that, but what I do know is just purely based off of the results that we've seen for our clients. And when we advertise their most recent post just to people that like their page, they get way more people liking, commenting, clicking, coming into the store and sharing than they do when we don't advertise. And their organic reach also jumps because of what I just shared, how the algorithm works. It's going viral, it's getting popular. We'll show it to more people organically. So that's called the most recent ad. In the guide, in the engagement blueprint, we'll show you how to set that up. Now, I mentioned that we typically advertise to our likes, but you could mix up the audiences here. And depending on our clients and depending on their goals, we might mix up the audiences as well. And so instead of advertising to people that like their page, we could advertise to their email list. Let's say that the retailer has a list of 8,000 people on their email. We can create what's called a custom audience out of those 8,000 people and upload them to Facebook. And now we could target those email addresses on Facebook. And that can be a good strategy because it's getting in front of people that maybe don't like our page yet. And if that's one of your smart goals, I'm really trying to grow my audience on Facebook, then that might be an audience that we're targeting. Also, the email list is going to be a warmer to hot audience. So those costs tend to stay down. We can also do lookalike audiences that are similar to your fan page likes or audiences that are similar to your email list. There's so much you can do with audiences, and we address some aspects of that in these guides. But if you want to go deeper, then that could be something where we're running it for you. And because we run several ads to several different audiences, depending on your goals, and constantly optimizing and reporting back to you what we're seeing. When we see something that's working really well, we report back and we're like, hey, we think we should turn up the volume on this. This is working really well. Or something that's not working well, we're like, hey, we would recommend tweaking it this way, or let's change it, or let's stop it and allocate the budget for that ad into the one that's working well. So that's why I recommend the who, not how when it comes to ads, because as you can see, there's a lot you can do with audiences. There's a lot you can do with creative. There's a lot you can do with your budget. There's a lot that you can optimize and tweak, and you should be managing and monitoring this because you're spending money. But again, if you don't have the money yet to hire an agency and you're doing this on your own, these guides can support you. That's why they're there. Okay, so that's the most recent ad that we run for every single client. That's the breakdown, why it's important, and I hope you get it. I hope you set up this ad, and I want you to report back to me, what are you seeing? Because there's a strong chance that you're like, oh my gosh, people are finally engaging. I'm getting more people live with me. More people are coming in the store and showing me a picture on the phone. I want this. Those are what we often hear from our retailers, our ad clients. The next one is the conversion ad. Now, this is ran for our e-commerce retailers, and there's a lot of different strategies to do your e-com ads. If it's a traffic ad, if it's a lead ad is to grow your email list. Traffic ad, conversion ad are going to be your standard two. You could run an engagement ad with the link in there, but that's not the ideal thing to do. Don't worry if any of this is over your head or you're feeling overwhelmed. Look at the guides. It breaks it down so easy. My team did a really good job of making this bite-sized for you. Conversion ads is where we are able to put pixels on the thank you page. We're able to actually track, I spent $100 and it generated 1,000. Or like these results that I just shared. Where's my email? In my chat here. Yeah, we spent $2,500 and generated $36,000, right? We're able to track that through these pixels because we're doing conversion ads. And so conversion ads are great. If you are an e-com store, I highly recommend looking at those conversion ads. If you haven't had any kind of conversions on your site, like you just don't really sell through on your e-com site quite yet, you might consider doing more traffic ads first to really try to drive traffic, drive more conversions. So the ad in these pixels can learn more about who are actually purchasing from you. Sometimes you might spend a little more if you're running conversion ads versus traffic, if you're paying for the conversion versus the traffic. This is where testing comes in, and we can do that for you. We do all the testing, so you don't have to worry about it. We just report the results to you. We'll tell you as little or as much as you would like. But for most of our stores, we can run those conversion ads. We put the pixels on. We learn what their goals are. Is there a specific product that they want to sell more of? Is there a specific category? Is it mystery boxes? Like they have some sort of campaign that they're wanting to sell out of a certain limited item? Is it just general traffic? I don't love that necessarily, because from a general perspective, then the messaging's harder. Who are we targeting, and what's the offer, and what's the hook? And you really want to be a little bit more specific with the product and what you're really trying to sell and who would be the perfect buyer for that. One thing you're going to see in these guides to date, what's working really well for our conversion ads as far as the creative is carousel posts. So again, we walk you through all this, but you're going to get to the point where what does your ad look like? And that's your ad creative. This is the copy and the picture you use or the video you use, or you could do multiple to test. Carousels, you've seen this if you scroll on Facebook. You can click the over arrow button. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's late here for me to film. So if you hit that arrow button and you're going through different cards that you see different items. So if we had a campaign around Halloween and Halloween decor, like if you're throwing a Halloween party, I'm filming this beginning of October. If you're having a Halloween party and you want to have the best decor, and I'm shopping as I'm just going through the carousel. I don't have to even go to your site. I'm just shopping until I find something. I'm like, ooh, those balloons are really cool. I'm going to click on that. And now I'm on your site. Now I'm on your site, so we can pixel you and track you and remarket to you that you've been over on the site before. So that's good. We want to try to drive that traffic over there. If you actually bought those balloons from the ad, because we have the pixel on, we're able to track that you bought those balloons from this Facebook ad. And that gives us data. And it's so important as a retailer to make data-driven decisions and looking at our ad spend and what are those conversions and what are the return on ad spend and what audiences are working well and what products are selling well, what products are really resonating with our Facebook community. Those might be different than your Instagram community, or they might be very different than what you're seeing in store. This is where testing comes into play. And this is where there's so many opportunities for independent retailers to see more sales, more traffic, and more results when running ads. And the one thing I think that's a little different about us at Crystal Media than other agencies is we aren't spending, for most of our clients, we are not spending thousands and like tens of thousands of dollars right out the gate. A lot of agencies, you'll have to, and this has been a hard thing for me, like as a small business owner, and I want somebody to run my ads that's service-based, like Google advertising, Facebook. We do a lot of our own Facebook in-house because I have ads managers here, but like Google ads, we don't. Sometimes it's $5,000, $10,000 just to get started. And like I mentioned earlier, if we don't have that ad budget, we have to figure it out on our own. For us, the ad budget typically is around, our average for our clients right now is around $800 a month, just so you have an idea. And this is calculated. We work with the client as far as what is your advertising budget when they have like holiday open houses or their anniversary is this month or bigger things. Then their budget might jump to $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. This all comes down to that retailer's actual advertising budget. So budget's always such a big question I get asked when I'm speaking. And ultimately, what is your ad budget today? And we can allocate a part of that ad budget to your ad strategy. That's often where we start. If you're seeing results, then we might want to increase that, right? If we're getting a 10 return on ad spend, $1 in, 10 out, well, let's put $10 in and just keep increasing that. And then what naturally happens with ads is that you can see that, I got one that's winning. I'm going to add more money. I see more sales. And then it often will start to plateau. And the results just aren't there like they were. So that's why you got to pay attention. And then you could tweak something to see if you could get those results going. And then there's a time where you pull the plug. We're declining. This isn't making sense. Okay, we're going to move the budget into something else. And that's just the nature of the beast. And this is where it's hard for small businesses to actually run their own ads. And it does feel technical. But with these 2 guides, it's such a great start for you. And then, like I said, we'll link to learn more about our ads management program. We are $1,750 a month plus your ad budget, which might be around $800, give or take. We can talk about that with you and plan that with you. But we would be honored to also manage your ads. We have a couple of spots. We are boutique ads agency. So we only take on a few people at a time. And we have clients who have been with us for over, I was going to say 5 years, but I think we have somebody who's been with us for 8 or 9 years on our ads program. Actually, a couple of people that have been with us for that long because they just keep seeing the results and it's done for you. They don't have to worry about getting into Meta and tweaking and optimizing and allocating the budget in different ways and changing the messaging. We do that. It's really hard for retailers because often you're not sitting in front of a computer all day long like we are at Crystal Media. So it's hard to get in there. So we can help you. We've got guides to support you if you're not at that level. Typically, ad clients are making about $600,000 in revenue a year. So if that is you, let's talk. Let's see if we can help you with your ads. Go to crystalmediaco.com/ads, ADS. And that's where our page is that you can learn all about this service and you can see some testimonials. You can buy right from that page. As long as we're not on a wait list, the buy button will be open or you can book a call from that page too. So head on over there to learn more. If that's not you, you're going to love these guides. Or if you're very hands-on, you're going to love these guides. And let me know your results. Go to the Facebook group, share what's happening. I want to hear from you. And I hope that you found this bonus episode insightful, that it gives you a little bit more information about why ads are important and 2 ad types that you should really be considering, especially if you are e-com, that conversion ad we're going to be considering. Most recent ad, I don't care if you're brick and mortar or e-com, you all can run that. Hope this was helpful. And remember that I'm rooting for your success. Have a great week ahead. Bye. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me. Don't forget to join the Rise and Shine newsletter, which is social media news you need to know, sent via email every Monday morning. Go to crystalmediaco.com/rise to join. And don't miss the newest episode of Rooted in Retail, which drops every Sunday morning.